Game of the Year 2023 winner was Baldur's Gate 3, the role-playing D&D-inspired fantasy game developed by Larian Studios. Viewers of my channel have always been split between Elden Ring fans and Baldur's Gate 3 fans. And honestly, I've been trying to combine the two groups for over a year with very little success. No other game since Elden Ring has captured my attention or dominated my time the way Baldur's Gate 3 did. And the same could be said for the gaming community as a whole. But what made it so good? Baldur's Gate 3 follows the story of Mind Flayer abductees who were forcibly infected with tadpoles. But after one of the best opening cutscenes, the ship carrying them crash lands into the forests of Faerun. The main objective from there is simple: cure yourself of the Mind Flayer tadpole before it's too late. You and your crew journey through 3 acts of the game, following almost every single clue or lead to find this impossible cure. And along the way, a nefarious plot and a terrifying army is revealed. But what you do with this discovery is entirely up to you. Immediately, you're thrust into a fantastical world filled with mind flayers, goblins, druids, gnomes, and so much more. It is a fantasy genre lover's dream come true. The lands of Faerun are exciting to explore and something to behold. Each new area given as much depth and detail as the last. My personal favorite area was the Underdark. It's such a unique and beautiful area, even if it's filled with danger. And there's so much to do. I honestly was shocked at the length of Act 1. The beginning of a game usually feels like the slowest portion, looking at you, Diablo 4, but Baldur's Gate 3 throws so much at you right out the gate. There's a hag boss fight, a spider boss fight, a goblin boss fight, a drow boss fight. Did I mention there's a lot of turn-based boss fights? Larian did something we haven't seen many games do in recent years, and that is create a story with truly endless possibilities, even adding new ones well after the game's release. You can play evil or saint-like good and everything in between, and almost everything you do has major effects on the story. With over 800 hours sunk into the game, I can say with certainty that there is still so much I haven't even seen yet, which is insane to wrap your mind around. It's so exciting to see how many different interactions, lines of dialogue, and surprise cutscenes there really are. The amount of forethought put into the writing and each new path the story can take is incredibly impressive. And that includes the story for all your companions. Well, almost all of your companions. It quickly becomes pretty obvious which of the game's characters were the writer's favorites. The difference in Astarion's and Shadowheart's storyline progression compared to Will's? Some of the character stories feel half-baked, which is a shame because the fully fleshed out ones are so interesting and feel so rewarding to watch unfold. Some of the character arcs are so intense, they feel almost like watching a mini-series. And the voice acting, it's incredible. I love the diversity of characters and the different subplot lines throughout the game, like the Hag, the Vampire Hunters, Kithrak Voss, the House of Hope, and so much more. There's so much to do in Baldur's Gate 3, which makes it the perfect game to replay. You could have a completely different experience every single run. The combat is also super fun and actually way more complex than it seems. You can make some insanely strong builds and play as 12 different classes, not to mention multiclassing. I really enjoyed exploring different classes, and so far my favorite classes to play as are Sorcerer and a Rogue Gloomstalker Ranger multiclass, which I usually do on Astarion. If you're not a fan of turn-based combat, you probably won't enjoy this game because the fights do get long and take a lot of preparation and a lot of strategizing. But the game's biggest triumph, in my opinion, is the romance. This game has some of the best romance that we've gotten in probably over a decade. Each character is their own individual, making their romances a treasure trove to explore. The details put into them, how your choices affect them, how your interactions can slowly change them, and the payoff for all of the time invested is what truly sets the romance apart. And the fact that the other party members have their own unique reactions to your relationship adds to its authenticity. It can be both hilarious and kinda rude. Looking at you, Astarion.
I'm not interested in being in any love triangle that involves Gale.
Honestly, this is the best romance game I think I've ever played. And, there's something for everyone, if you're into that. But not everything about the game is sunshine and rainbows. Specifically, the bugs. Oh my god, the bugs in this game! Act 1 and Act 2 are okay for the most part, but Act 3... oh my goodness. What is this? I finished the game 4 times, and the ending has only ever run smoothly once. I'm serious. Some of the bugs you'd encounter would make the game nearly unplayable, like Shadowheart or Lae'zel randomly deciding to no longer follow the party, or Gale revealing upcoming content through dialogue, spoiling the entire conversation with Raphael before it even happened. The amount of fixes they continue to push through updates shows the team's dedication, but it also reveals the game's biggest flaw. Act 3 felt so unfinished compared to the first 2 acts. It has a ton of content with so many new characters and new twists and revelations, and a lot of the biggest payoffs happen in Act 3. It just ran like shit. Now don't get me wrong, I love Act 3. Like I said, it has some of the best payoffs. I just wish it ran a little better. Another issue I have with this game is an issue that many games have, and that's too many tedious missions. In particular, I'm talking about the Murder Tribunal, the Iron Throne, and breaking the Shadow Curse, aka saving Thaniel. While these missions are really fun the first 1 or 2 playthroughs, they're huge time sucks and require a lot of different steps just to get through them. Like, I want to save Thaniel and break the Shadow Curse, but this mission takes way too long. First, you have to go to Last Light Inn and you have to hear Art the Sick Guy singing Thaniel's name. Then you have to go back to camp and you have to tell Halsin about it. Then Halsin will meet you there and he'll ask you to help him. So then you have to go to the House of Healing and you have to find Art's old loot and you have to bring it back to Last Light Inn and you have to play it a little for him just to wake him up. And then Halsin will figure out how to help Thaniel. So then you follow Halsin to the lake and you have to protect him while he rescues Thaniel from the Shadowfell. But oh no, Thaniel is missing a piece of himself. So now you gotta run around and you have to find this other little kid named Oliver and you have to play his stupid little game until he hops into a portal. So then you follow him and he gets mad because he doesn't want to go back to Thaniel and you have to fight all these shadow monsters and a big giant dog. And once they're all defeated, you tell him, look here kid, you go back to Thaniel, you're grounded. So he goes back to Thaniel and all of that for Thaniel just to say like 2 sentences to you. But hey, at least you get this cute little cutscene. Baldur's Gate 3 will still go down as one of the best games, and it's one of my personal all-time favorites. It's 100% worth a try if you haven't played it yet. Thank you so much for watching my review. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like, and if you want to see more video game content from me, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I talk about a lot of different video games, including Elden Ring, Baldur's Gate 3, Citizen Sleeper, and many more. I just released a Clair Obscur Expedition 33 review, so if you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. Thank you to all my channel members. Your support is greatly appreciated. And if you want to become a member, you can click the join button down by my name. Make sure to check out my live streams here on YouTube, where I'm currently playing through Lies of P. As always, you guys, I can't wait to talk to you all in the next one. Bye!